Masonic Storyteller, www.podm.com, anarchist atheist. Why am I telling these stories? I like to tell stories, I guess. Part of it's because I don't know who it's going to go to, and I don't know where it's going to go, but I want to show you that I'm an ethical person, I'm a logical person, and I'm a trustworthy person. Do I want to ever enter public office? No, I do not. I think that would be I have no desire to ever enter public office. My idea as an anarchist is to just chat openly with neighbors and discuss things. But we have I'm back at the church here, the church/public building. I want to bring it back to these arrows facing sideways. They're not going up to the moon. I spoke a little bit about athletes. I'm a physicist. I told you how I practice physics, and I believe all athletes are somehow some kind of connected to physics because they believe in the laws of nature and the laws of gravity and the laws of physics, and they train to try to push those laws as much as possible. We have our diamond in the middle. I just want to speak briefly. As I said, would I work for the government? Yes, I would work for the government. Would I work in the private sector? Yes, I have some ideas for the private sector. Can I keep those two things separated? Yes, I believe I absolutely can. You build this church, this public building like this, and we were talking about ethics, and can Bill and Tim Cook keep their private sector and the and government separate? I think there's a resounding no, in my opinion. Can they keep it separate? So what do you have to lose, I guess? Because I'm displaying to you very dangerous issues that could arise that I believe make logical sense. Again, we have our beautiful brickwork. We have stained glass. We have glazers involved in this project. We have our metalworking roof people, or metal workers union, but that's more of our copper metal working union. And we have our weather vane, our dreidels up there, our lightning rod people, our clockmaker. That's the Roman numerals. We had a pro-Roman king archway on the other side. That's some stonemason people. We have our stonemason foundation here. And I just on the previous segment, I was showing you drains, gutter drains for the drainage system in this city. And I just want to point out, when you enter into a project like this, you don't leave. You try to include as many separate unions as possible, and that's a general rule for the leadership. It always has been up until very recently, I think. And so I wanted to point out, I've looked at all the drains throughout the city, and I just want to show our steel workers here that these very unique drains are located around this building. So that's our iron workers right there. We have our squares, our concentric squares, kind of like our diamond there. And there's a few of these located only really around this building is all I've seen so far. So, your cobblestone and everything. So that's just a little, I told JK I had her back to a certain degree. So I just wanted to bring that around a little bit. So happy to talk with anybody that wants to do an interview.